Clark versus DiJonai Carrington. Inside budding rivalry. Stats between Fever star and Sun guard. Clark and DiJonai Carrington were bound to be rivals. Clark is the most dynamic guard in the WNBA, and Carrington is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Their matchup on the court has been must-watch, and they've had drama off the court that has captivated fans. Now, the two will face off as the Fever and Sun meet in the 2024 WNBA playoffs. Here is the history between the two players who will take center stage in the first round. Carrington was a fan of Clark's when Clark was at Iowa. A week before Clark was even drafted into the WNBA, Carrington tweeted a prediction about her that turned out to be spot on. What made Carrington's prediction even more noteworthy is that her Sun teammate, Alyssa Thomas, had just set the record for assists in a season. In an ultimate sign of respect, Carrington knew that Clark was capable of challenging Thomas. That wasn't the first time that Carrington praised Clark's college play either. A month earlier, Carrington tweeted that Caitlin better win POTI or it's rigged. There, I said it. The Sun blew out the Fever 89-72 on June 10, but that game will be remembered more for Carrington, suggesting that Clark was exaggerating contact on one of her fouls. Carrington received plenty of backlash from Fever fans, which kicked off their heated rivalry. During a morning shoot-around, Clark was asked about fans using her name as part of political or racist agendas. Clark responded, "I don't see it. I don't see it. That's not where my focus is. My focus is here and on basketball. That's where it needs to be. That's where it has been. And I'm just trying to get better on a daily basis." That response angered many, including Carrington, who suggested that Clark needed to be more outspoken. Clark was asked to clarify her comments later that day. When asked more specifically about people using her name, she told The Athletic's James Boyd that people should not be using my name to push those agendas. Everybody in our world deserves the same amount of respect. The women in our league deserve the same amount of respect. Carrington's criticism made her a big target for Clark fans, particularly those who did not agree with her political and social views. She wasn't backing down, though. On June 17, Carrington tweeted, "Unfortunately for y'all new fans, we do not just shut up and dribble here. Yeah, picked the wrong league." In the fourth and final regular season meeting between the Fever and Sun, Indiana secured its first win. It was a closely contested game in which the Fever took down 84-80, thanks to Clark's 19 points. A pivotal sequence in the game occurred in the third quarter after Clark and Carrington exchanged baskets. After drilling a three, Carrington put her finger to her lips to quiet the home crowd. Clark immediately responded with a layup. She was met with a hard foul on her next trip down. Carrington's Sun have a 3-1 season advantage on Clark's Fever. Carrington has played some of her best basketball in those matchups, while Clark has struggled with her shooting percentages and turnovers. Clark has had some noteworthy buckets on Carrington. For the most part, though, Carrington has guarded her about as well as anyone. Clark has struggled with the ball pressure that Carrington is capable of applying. What makes the situation even more interesting is that Carrington is a free agent this summer. The Fever could use a defensive-minded guard to pair next to Clark. Carrington is also dating Clark's teammate, Nalissa Smith. Carrington's disdain for Fever fans might make a pairing unlikely, but she would be a great addition on paper to their team.